Who we here with? Who we here with? Who we here with?
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm in Arizona.
Welcome to Arizona.
I'm in your city.
Mm-hmm.
I had to check in with you, make sure everything was good.
Hell yeah.
Nah, this is dope out here.
I'm glad you're liking it. I hope like Phoenix treats you well because I love my people. I love my city.
It's a beautiful, beautiful city.
Absolutely.
But my first question to you is, where are we at? This is let the people know where we at.
We are at the Hype Salon. So this is where I'm based out here in Phoenix, Arizona. I am a local hairstylist. So I rent a chair. I love it.
Hair specialist.
Hair specialist.
Specialist.
Yep.
I am very, very, very grateful to be sitting here with Fabiola Rubi Montes.
Period.
YMF. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Thanks for having me.
Came all the way to Arizona, and I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I love like conversating and just I'm excited to see what you're gonna ask me.
So you're a yapper.
Yeah, I am.
All right, bet.
I can yap.
Bet. That was good. That was good because it low key sucks when people are not yappers.
Yeah, it's
Low-key
like the
does.
worst. Yeah, absolutely.
But I wanted to say first off, thank you, and beauty. Right? Beauty. It's a 6-letter word with thousands of different meanings to thousands of different people. What is your definition of beauty?
Wow, that's such a good question. That's an amazing question. My definition of beauty, honestly, I think my definition of beauty is like what's on the inside. And that might sound like cliche, but I'm a genuine believer that like beauty is truly like in the eye of the beholder, and anything can be beautiful, and as long as like it's done with good intention and you're a good person and it's right from within, like it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily think that beauty is like set in stone and like you have to look a certain way or you have to you know, do a certain thing. It's more just like what's on the inside.
It's not always a physical thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's scary, low key. It's scary because I FaceTimed you before I came out here to just pick your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, we low key to it. I don't know, like it's scary because I think the exact same way.
Yeah.
Like when I think of beauty, I was having this conversation with my pops, and I was telling him, I'm like, to me, what beauty is, what's beautiful is seeing two people laughing.
yeah.
Seeing a dinner table with everybody having a good time, sharing stories.
Absolutely.
Seeing just people having a good time. To me, that's beauty. And then you have the beautiful people.
Right.
And then but like it's different meanings to different folks, and it's just.
Beauty is perspective. Like, what's your perspective on life? What's your perspective on just like you said, like people laughing or like just living? Like, if you can find beauty in anything, it's just, do you want to find it? You know? So.
Do you want to find it? Do you think about that on a daily occurrence?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, kind of. It kind of works in like what I work in, right? Because one of my main jobs is to make people feel beautiful, right? And I don't think it's necessarily like when I do makeup or when I do hair, you're gonna look beautiful, but I want you to feel beautiful from like the inside, you know? And you don't have to have all this makeup. You don't have to have your hair done, but it feels nice. It makes you feel good about yourself. And if I can do that for one person, then I did my job.
That feeling when you do see the smile, when you do see the finished product, how does that make you?
It's like literally a drug. It's the best feeling. It's why I do it. I think it's why anybody in this like beauty profession does what they do, because it's a lot of work. You're on your feet all day. Sometimes I'm with a client for 6 hours doing hair, and you know, I'm literally just on my feet trying to just create this project and like create this finished result that they want. And the end result is literally what's worth it. Showing them the mirror and showing them what their hair looks like or what their makeup looks like, and they're like, just sometimes they even cry, and I'm just like, oh, like makes me want to cry, and I'm just like, oh, this is so beautiful. Like that's why I do it. That's why I do it.
And you're also socializing with them. You're entertaining them, making sure they're good. Man, that's beautiful. That's dope. It's funny because with a guy with a haircut, it's like you pull up 30.
Fade him up,
fade him up real quick. All right, appreciate it, big dog. I'll see you next week.
With girls, it's so different, and it's like I don't know if you've ever heard, but like hairstylists, we're damn near like therapists. Like when I tell you, it's a safe space for not only like the good times, but for the bad times. Like I have clients that tell me horrible things that happened to them, or like my grandma just passed away, or so and so cheated on me, or like, you know, you hear the bad and you hear the good. Like I got a promotion, I just found out I'm pregnant. You know, you have to be like available, emotionally available to soak it in and be there for your clients. No, so it's a whole different perspective too.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Can you share a story during this whole like beauty experience, whether it be a funny one or whether it be a moment of realization when you realized, okay, this is what I want to do?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I can share like how I even started it. Okay. So I started doing makeup as a side hustle. I was working a 9 to 5, and then I started doing makeup as a side hustle because who doesn't like a little extra cash, you know? Okay. And I started to make good amount of money doing makeup and hair, and I was like, I think I could really do this. You know, it was when I was getting like the approval of everybody else, and not necessarily that you need that, but it's nice to hear. And so I was getting people hitting me up and they're like, I want you to do my makeup, I want you to do my makeup, and I got busy. So at that moment I was like, you know what, fuck it, like I'm gonna just try. What's the worst that happens? I fail, then I go and try something else. So I just told myself, I was like, I'm gonna just hone in and really like go full throttle on this. And that's when I realized, I was like, this is what I want to do. And that's when I graduated from college with a business degree in marketing. So originally I thought I was going to be working in like a corporation, building the ladder, or climbing the ladder, you know, like doing all of that. But then I found hair and makeup and I was like, I think this is my dream. Like I'm going to try it out and see what happens. And then that's when I went to cosmetology school. I got my license and now I'm here.
And how was that conversation when you told, you know, your family and your loved ones, hey, like, I know I got this business, you know, but I know I got this degree.
This is a great question.
But let me just try this out, or you know what, this is maybe not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. How was that conversation like?
I'm going to be so honest. It was so hard. It was so hard because not that my parents didn't want me to do it. Our parents just want the best for us, right? And that looks different for them than it does us. And when I first told my mom is more like analytical, right? My dad is very much like, Mija, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, I'll support you. You know what I mean? My dad is so chill.
Shout out Pops.
Shout out Pops. Shout out my dad. I love you. My mom too, though. She's amazing. But my mom is just more analytical. And she was kind of on the basis of like, you don't need to go get your license. You're going to waste your money. Like, just focus on what you're doing now. You can get a job doing this. Like, maybe you can do marketing, like, for makeup, like, going a different route. And I was like, no, like, I think I really want to go get my license. Like, ever since I was little, I always would joke around and say, like, I wanted to do hair. And I just never did it because, you know, my parents are immigrants. They came here from Mexico. They didn't have the privilege of getting that higher education. My mom graduated college finally when she was in her 40s. So for us, it was always a goal. Like, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna get a degree, and you're gonna have a great job. You know, that's the goal for every first-gen baby, right? And I think as a first-generation baby, I was trying so hard to just, like, get the approval of my parents and make sure that what I was doing was what they wanted me to do. But it got to a point where I was like, okay, I fulfilled that dream for them of having that degree. Now it's time for me to fulfill my own dream. And for me, that was hair and makeup. And as silly as it sounded, you know, I mean, I'm doing great. So, and I think they see that now, which is now they're like 100% behind my back. Yeah. But in the beginning, it was rough. It was really tough. I only had probably like 5 people, maybe not even, that were like for real, like behind me and were like, do it. Like, everybody else though was like, I don't know, like, you're gonna waste your money, because cosmetology school is not cheap. And I had already gone to college, so I couldn't do FAFSA. Like, I paid out of pocket every month. I paid out of pocket, and I got
Dab me up for that. Dab me up for that. Yeah. Okay.
I paid out of pocket
yeah.
with
Good
makeup.
Shit.
So
Good
makeup
shit.
paid for cosmetology school.
Yeah, and reinvest into yourself.
Yep. And I was like, I'm gonna get my money back. Like my ROI will be good.
Talk good shit. Talk good shit.
Yeah. So.
No, that's dope that you. Well, first off, thank you for sharing that story,
Yeah,
and that's dope that you bring that up because I was actually talking about this right before I got here. I was like, with our parents, they come from a life where they wake up every single day and they make their money with their hands. They see what they're doing. It's very labor.
Yeah.
So explaining the social media thing is very difficult.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
like a gold rush. It's very difficult. And kind of to tie back to what we were talking about earlier, not necessarily you don't need other people's approval, but it's a part of it.
But it's nice.
It's a part of it. And with people, not too infatuated with your family. That's a whole different thing.
Your family, your friends, those people that are like the closest to you. It sucks when you don't have it, but sometimes it's like, for me, it was like adding like fuel to the fire. I was like, all right, you don't think I could do it? I'm going to show you that I could do it. Yeah. And I'm going to prove you wrong. Because, I don't need everyone's approval. Yeah. But I'm going to get it, so. Something
that's dope that I see when I go on your page, you have amazing posts, but also I notice that you have a lot of posts with your sister, correct?
She's my best friend.
She's your best. She's not your sister?
No, she's my best friend.
Oh shit! Oh, I thought it was sister. Okay,
yeah, everybody thinks that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so
she's my best friend.
I wanted first off.
Shout out Nadia.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna give you a moment to. What's her name?
Nadia Vasquez.
Shout out. Okay, I thought that was your sister. Okay, that's funny. But now that you got someone that's necessarily your right hand woman. And you have someone that believes in you just as much as you believe in them.
Oh, yeah.
Explain that relationship. Explain
it's
how...
It's easier because we're both following a dream and we're doing it together. And they're different dreams, but we get to show that side of our life on social media, and it's so fun. Yeah. We genuinely just have fun. We do silly videos and film us going on vacations and doing all this stuff. It's amazing. We work together. She's also a makeup artist, so it's so dope. Yeah, it's amazing.
That's so dope.
And it helps. It helps because sometimes it's hard when you're in the content creator space, being around people that don't necessarily understand it, and it kind of dims your light. So if you're around people that are also with the same mentality, then it's going to be easy to hit them up and be like, let's go film this video. Yeah. And they're not going to be like, that's lame. Nah, they're going to be like, I'm down.
They trust your vision as much as you trust them.
Yes.
Yeah. That's dope. No, that's so dope. I don't think people understand how important it is to find someone just as determined as you, because there's days, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I know from my own experience, there's days where I'm like, am I doing this? Is this correct?
For sure.
Is this dumb? Or you post something you didn't think it was gonna do as good as you thought it should. Damn, maybe this is not it.
Right.
But then you have that one person. My brother's Tane. Shout out T. He's the one that's like. There's days where I come up to him. I'm like, bro, I don't think this is going good. This, that. He's like, bro, get out your head. And as soon as he says that, I'm like, nah, you're right.
You're right. Absolutely.
You're right.
Yeah, and I think everybody goes through those days. There's so many times where I'm just like, maybe I should just quit and use my degree, go get a 9-to-5, get all the benefits. There's a lot of things that you sacrifice to become an entrepreneur and work for yourself. So, it comes with its highs and lows, but I'd say it's higher than lower. Exactly.
And it's going towards your want. And that's the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And let me ask you a question. Now that you have, so for a lot of people, the problem is finding what they want to do.
Yeah.
Now that you have found what you want to do and you're going towards it, would you say it was more difficult figuring it out or keeping it going, keeping the ball rolling?
I think keeping it going, honestly, because once it kind of fell in my lap. Once it fell in my lap, I was like, oh, this is for sure what I want to do. Yeah. This is amazing. I get to paint faces, do hair for a living. You're kidding. So I don't think finding my purpose was ever hard, and I always did that. Growing up, I would always be the cousin that would go get you ready or this and that. I think it was keeping it going, because you have those moments where you just want to hide under a rock and you're like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore, but just gotta keep going. You just have to keep going, and it'll be worth it. I swear.
Social media thing.
Social media.
The social media thing.
It'll change your life.
It would change your life. We were also talking off camera too how sometimes we might be on the phone a little too much.
Too much.
TikTok
is my vice. TikTok is my vice. I'm gonna so own up to it. Like, I don't even want to know how many hours I've given TikTok, but it's like a guilty pleasure. But
I always say it's a blessing and a curse. There's the blessing because it can change your life, but then it's also the curse because sometimes it can take over your life.
Oh yeah.
And my question to you is, now that, in a sense, you show a lot of your life on social media.
I do.
How do you differentiate between, okay, maybe I should show this, maybe I shouldn't, or maybe, hey, you know what? I shouldn't be on the phone today. I should probably just spend time with my family or spend time with my friends and not have to post it. Do you have that internal struggle sometimes?
I think I have the internal struggle sometimes, but most of the time what I capture is so genuine. And I am a late poster, so I'll always post like the day after. Okay. So I don't, for example, if I'm like at dinner with friends or something, I usually will take pictures and videos, but I won't post them until like hours later or the day after because I want to enjoy the moment. Yeah. So like I'll capture things, but it's also like I'm just a creative at heart, so like I love to take videos of like anything and everything. And I feel like it's just like a girl thing too, you know? Like we love to get like our little drinks and like all the aesthetics. So I feel like I have a good like balance of it. And I put out what I want to put out. You know, people may think that they know me from my social media, but I promise you, like there's so much more to me, and I only show the good. I only show what I want to be seen, and I just make sure that it not only resonates with me, but it resonates with the people that follow me as well.
That's part of the reason why I also like to do, well, in a sense, a podcast, because I also post things and they're goofy, they're dumb, but I also want people to know, like, hey, that's not the real me.
Yeah, get more personable.
Get more personable. And I kind of noticed that you do it sometimes too with like certain reels. You'll have like when you're getting ready with me, or you'll go like I think you did one with your nails. Like you're doing your nails, but you're also explaining like, hey, today was a good day. Like you got this going.
I try and balance it out. Like do some funny content, but then also be relatable. Also, like I'm very big on like activism. So if there's anything going on in the community, I try and like spread the word and just try and get people involved in things. So like I think it's like a good mix of everything.
Do you care about the perception of other people through your social media?
No.
Not really?
Not really.
It's just for fun?
It's just for fun. And if it amounts to something greater, it does. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. And recently is when I started getting like more attention, I guess you could say. And it is a little bit different, but I'm just doing what I've always done. You know, I mean, I started Instagram and TikTok such a long time ago. And I've always just posted what I want to post. It's fun. It's fun for me. It's like a personal diary. Yeah.
Are you ready to blow up?
I don't think anybody's ever ready to blow up, honestly. We'll see. Like,
'cause you gonna blow.
You think so?
You gonna blow 100%. I've never seen anybody put so much emphasis, so much effort into something and not blow. It's like hitting the gym and work. If you eat,
You're right.
If you eat well, if you train well,
consistency is key.
And consistency, sooner or later you're gonna blow. With you're always posting. You're always, whether it be a post, whether it be on stories, it's the consistency of getting it done. And I'm assuming even on days where you're not posting, you're here. Yeah. That's probably the reason why you didn't post that day, is because you were having the 6-hour talk, the 7-hour glow up for this lady.
Yep.
Right? So if you can have what you've been seeking for tomorrow, are you ready for it?
I think I am. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready to receive what this universe is going to give me. I think that's another mindset that people need to have, is like, you need to be open, be ready to receive whatever it is that you're asking for, and be careful what you ask for also. The way that you speak about yourself, the way that you say that you want things to happen for you. Like if you say it, I'm a huge believer in like manifestation, and not like manifestation where like, oh my God, I want $1 billion tomorrow. No, like you have to work for it still. But I mean, if you put it out there, it's gonna come to you for sure. Whenever it's your time.
What is your manifestation process? How do you like, instead of the I want to be famous, how is it more like, do you kind of break it down a little bit more? Or?
I break it down. Every year I do a vision board. So I'm big on vision boards, and I go really intentional down to like me wanting to spend more time with my family, me wanting to be a better daughter, me wanting to be a better friend, my business, my social media, different ventures that I want to go on, traveling. Like I put pictures of planes and like me on the beach, like, and I make like my vision board last year, it's so trippy because like everything came true. Everything came true.
I'm so glad to hear
so that. Like I'm just a big believer in that. Like, and I'm a visual person, so I need to see it, and I have it right on top of my mirror when I get ready. So I look at it every single day. And if I have those tough days, I look at it, I'm just like, that's the dream. I just have to keep working. Like, I'll get there.
Hell yeah. Where do you think those tough days come from? I think about this a lot.
Gosh. I think it's like that little voice inside of your head that sometimes is just against you. And at least for me, and I suffer from like anxiety. And I've had depression in the past. It's like the worst thing ever. But at least somebody who is like anxious, you're constantly in a fight or flight mode. So sometimes your anxiety takes over, and you have those days where that little voice in your head is telling you like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. Like this and that. You're not good enough. But I think it's just counteracting that voice and telling that little voice like, girl, I got this. Like, it's fine. Yeah.
So if the anxious and that little voice is telling you, there's days where it is telling you like, what are you doing? What would you say the opposite voice is?
The opposite voice?
Yeah, the opposite
is
voice saying like, girl, you look good today.
No,
hey, good shit today.
Yeah, it's like Big Lotto. It's like, oh, hey, mama, hey, go get it. It's like that. Like, for sure. Like, I have to, like, hype myself up.
Yeah.
Hype myself up. Be your biggest hype girl. Because...
Biggest fan.
Yep, be your biggest fan. Because at the end of the day, all you got is yourself. You know what I mean? Your family and friends, absolutely. God. But you got to believe in yourself.
Shout out God.
Shout out God, for real.
How do you romanticize your life?
Oh, I like that question. I romanticize my life by, honestly, like almost seeing the beauty in everything. I wake up. It's a blessing that I even got to wake up. I go to the gym. It's a blessing that I get to move. It's a blessing that I got all 4 limbs. Like, you know, you see stories of like people that are for real struggling.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a very privileged person, and I think I can say that openly and realize how lucky I am. So I just romanticize the fact that I even get to do what I get to do every day.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. The gratefulness. I like how you brought up the 4 limbs. There's so many little things that we just don't
take for granted. Yes. I still take it for granted. Yeah. I feel on days where like I don't want to go to the gym, and I'm like, there's people that probably would die to like go for a run or like go do this and that at the gym. But it's like, that also motivates me. I'm like, okay, like, get up.
Lock in, twin.
Yes,
lock in, twin.
It's time to lock in for sure.
First off, I want to let you know this right away. You have a beautiful personality.
Oh, thank you.
You have a great head on your shoulders. Where has this stemmed from? Is this a mentality that you've always had since you were young? Is this something that just happened? Like, where?
Honestly, I kind of feel like it just happened.
Yeah?
Like, I'd say in the last like two to maybe like 2.5 years, which is kind of like how long I've been doing makeup. Makeup and hair. I think I started makeup officially like almost 3 years. So I'd say like when I found my purpose is when I kind of found myself. And once I found myself is when I gained this new level of confidence within myself and within my business, my purpose, being a good daughter, being a good friend. You know, I think that's what allowed me to be where I am now, honestly.
That's a beautiful answer. To be a great daughter and to be a great friend. I
try. I know I'm not perfect, but I really try.
No, that's a dope answer because I'm telling you, Dan, you're my twin right here, bro. Like, you be saying all these shit where I'm like, whoa, like, I agree with you. But that's a perfect segue to go into family.
Family.
You told me I wanted to make sure we get family in here because you told me how important family is, and I could just see it from how you talk to what you post. Family is
my biggest blessing right there for
blessing.
Sure. And I post everything about my family. Like I post every year. I love posting my like make tamales with me video or like posadas, and I like to show my family off because without my family I wouldn't be here. And I grew up so close to my family. Like I have so many cousins, so many tias and tios, and it's such a privilege because you meet people and they don't have a person that they can call. I have like 20 plus, and I am so lucky to have that.
Yep.
Yeah, like right now I could pull up to any one of my tia's house and they'll feed me, they'll give me the clothes off of their back if they had to.
Yeah.
Like it is such a privilege, and when I say like my family rides for each other, we ride for each other. So I love my family. Shout out my family.
Shout out family. They'll catch a fade for you. They'll feed you all in the same night.
My cousins will pull up. Yeah.
Hey, chill. This is the podcast. What does success look like to you? And I bring this up because we talked about it a little bit with I remember you telling me.
Great question.
Everybody eating.
Facts. I was literally about to say that. I was like, success to me looks like feeding everybody at the table.
Yep.
And I mean that like literally and metaphorically. Like I'll know I made it when I could like take my whole family on a vacation and tell them you don't even have to worry about it.
I got it.
Facts. Like, you know, I want them to experience life, you know, like coming from immigrants is also it's so bittersweet. I love it, but I wish my parents could experience the life that I get to experience. You know what I mean? Like it's so different, and being born here is such a privilege. Growing up here with everything that I've gotten to experience, going to nice schools, going to nice dinners, going on vacations. Like my dream is to allow my parents to experience that with me.
That's beautiful. But I'm sure they're so happy.
Yeah, absolutely. They tell me all the time. They're so proud of me. And every time, like, I travel a lot, so they always tell me, like, now it's just normal. They're like, where are you going now? And they're like, and sometimes I, like, sit down and I ponder with my mom, like, I can't believe this is my life. And she's like, believe it. Yeah. You like what you're doing, right? She'll always ask me, she's like, but this is what you wanted, right? I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, then just keep doing it.
That's so dope.
Yeah, so they love it. They love it for sure.
It's so dope to get the affirmation from your parents.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Just the affirmation. My pops, he called me yesterday when I was at the hotel, and he was like, hey, like, portate bien, like, don't be drinking, like, don't be hanging out with people, and just. I sent him a picture of this book. I'm like, bro, I'm here for a business trip, brother. Don't worry about it. And he was like, you don't understand how. He sent me a text. He's like, you don't understand how good this made me feel right now.
See, that's amazing.
Like, you know what I mean? And just that right there, I was like, yeah, like, I got you, pops. Like, I'm not like this is. I tell him all the time, this is for you. Like, my goal one day, my dream, the same way that how everyone's eating at the table. My goal is, I have a wife. She has a ring on her finger. I have my children. I have my dogs. I have my mom and my dad. They're all at the dinner table. We're kicking it. We're all vibing. All right, you going home? Your house is right next to mine.
Facts.
You going home? All right, your house is right next to mine too. You know what I mean? That to me is exact the same way that I feel about success. And do you believe because you're doing it for your family, or it's a part of the reason why you're doing it, do you believe you're receiving more blessings because you're doing it for something bigger than yourself?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I genuinely do. And I think that the universe sees that. I think that God sees that. And I'm a strong believer too, like, you receive what you put out there. So even if I'm not getting something back, I know I'll get it in a different way. And God has shown that to me countless times. Yeah. So I'm a huge believer on that as well. Like, I'll buy you a coffee. You don't have to buy me a coffee. Like, I'll get that back in another like week or something. Like, something else is going to happen to me for doing something good. Like, I think you should never expect to have something given to you for doing something good. Do it just out of the goodness of your heart. So I'm a huge believer in that for sure.
Do you believe in true altruism?
What is that?
Altruism is exactly doing something. I hope this is right.
Can we get a fact check? Can we get a fact? Can we get a fact check?
Chat. No. I know for a fact. I'm tripping. True altruism. I was gonna write this shit down too. True altruism is when you do something out of just the goodness of your heart without any I guess
Like without any expectations?
any expectations. But the reason why it's a very like dig deep question is because you could like I could say it out loud and it's like, yeah, like I do, because I do that. But at the same time, there's sometimes where I do things where, yeah, nobody saw, but I know God saw.
Absolutely.
So was it really true altruism, or was it? But I don't know. Maybe
I see what you're saying.
I'm a philosopher.
I'd say so, though.
Yeah?
I think it ties into that. Like, I just genuinely believe in being a good person and doing good. I'm not perfect, but
Yeah.
I really try my best to just do good, put good out there, and hopefully I get it back. And sometimes it does bite me in the ass,
Yeah.
but it's fine. Like, I'll be fine, and it'll come back to me.
What do you really want right now?
Right now?
Right now.
Like, what do you mean? Like, just...
What if when I asked you that question, what do you really want? It can be whether I want to have like something physical, like a coffee.
Right now I want some pizza.
Right now,
Just kidding.
Right now it's for you to get the fuck out of my studio. No. I meant like what do you really want right now? For like sometimes I ask people this question. It's like, oh, I really want peace right now. I'm going through a little something right now. I wanna go through that. I mean, I want that to end. Or sometimes people are like, you know what, dude, I've been really working at this job. I just want someone to say, hey, good job. Like there's so many different answers because the question just really related to you. There's no right or wrong answer. My question to you is, what do you really want right now?
I think right now, I want my family to be taken care of, and I want to be taken care of. And I say that in the realm of like, I want my business to flourish. I want my personal brand to flourish, because with that growing, it'll bring the outcome of like taking care of not only me, but my people as well. So I'd say that, just growth. That's what I want, growth.
People, man. You keep talking about people and the people around you. That's so dope. That's so dope.
I mean, you're nobody without your community.
Yeah.
Nobody. Like, you need to have this community of, like, people around you that build you up, that support you, that are there for you, and it's going to make the road so much easier.
And speaking of people, you're, in a sense, building an audience or a community of people.
Absolutely. I have such a big community.
The girlies.
The girlies.
The girlies.
In my Instagram, like, trust me, I do not have that many followers, but my Instagram, like, I will run into people that, like, follow me and I follow them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're my Instagram friend. I'm like, I get to meet you in real life, and like we have a genuine conversation, and we know each other's lives because of social media. Like, social media is so dope. I've met so many amazing individuals. I've gotten to collaborate with so many amazing people here in the valley, outside of like the state, the country. Like, it's amazing. It's so amazing.
Dope. It's so dope. I was gonna ask this question, but I kind of want to share this story though. But I was the first time I got love because of social media. I remember I was just chilling. Some dude comes up to me. He's like, Mario? I was at the gym, actually. I was at the gym.
Wow.
I was lifting. And I was lifting kind of heavyweight. You know, let me have myself. Right. Okay, we got. No, I was lifting heavyweight, and some dude comes up to me. He's like, hey, good shit. And I'm like, oh, appreciate you. Just thinking he was talking about the weight. He was like, nah, like good shit with the videos. I'm like, what you mean? He's like, you're Mario, right? And I was like, yeah. I was like, we met before? He's like, nah, bro, I follow you on the gram though. He's like, I see the videos, bro. They're fucking funny as fuck. I dropped everything I told him right there. I took off my headphones, everything. I shook his hand. And I was like, bro, you don't understand how good you just made me feel right now. Like, thank you so much for that compliment.
Those are the little things that keep you going. I'll get random messages as well. People will hit me up and they're like, keep doing what you're doing. I love watching your videos, like this, and that. And in the moment you're posting them and you don't think anyone's going to like give you the love that you want, but it's so nice. It's that extra little reassurance. And you're like, all right, I'm going to keep doing it.
It's like, exactly. It's that, hey, keep going. It's obviously working. You're influencing people. And because you're creating this audience, what is something you want them to take when they look at your page, or when they just think of your name? What is something you want them to like remember? Yeah.
Gosh, that is such a good question.
Y'all hear that? Yeah, there's a few times you said that. You know what I mean?
I don't know. What do I want them to remember? I think when people look at my page, I want them to feel like we're friends through the screen. So I want you to feel that we can have a good time. You can enjoy my silly videos, but you can also relate and connect. And you can find resources to things that you might need help with, or a fellow friend might need help with, a safe space, a community. That's what I genuinely want, for sure.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
We are here with the 101 right now. I want people to understand that we're here with the 101, and this is. Can we share how we met, Loki? Since we're here. Let's share. Come on, let's share.
Okay, fine. We met. I was on a.
Let's share from each other's point of view. Yeah, you go first.
I'll share my point of view.
Okay.
We met. I was in San Diego on a bachelorette trip with friends, and you had a dope ass outfit on. You were in this denim. It was all denim. It was all denim fit, and I am somebody. I love fashion. I love fashion. That's another thing that I post a lot too. Is like my outfit videos, whatever. And I saw your outfit, and I was like, "You have a dope ass fit on." And then you were like, "Thank you. You're beautiful." Like, this is I was like, "Thank you, thank you." And then we got each other's Instagram, and then from Instagram is when like we would connect, and you would send me messages, and you're like, "You're doing amazing. Like your videos are dope. Your content is sick." Like, and I would tell you the same thing. I'm like, "Yeah, you're sick. Like keep going, whatever." And so. Yeah.
It was for sure. It was genuine. I remember.
It was so genuine.
Yeah,
like it was a genuine connection for sure.
And I could just see when you're uploading, even before the cameras rolling, I was like, dude, good shit. Like good shit. Like as someone that is in that world too, it's not easy.
No, it's not easy at all. But it is fun.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. My point of view.
Yeah, give us your point of view.
My point of view was. We had just finished leaving the club, and I was out with my friends. And
we were all trying to go home. Like me and my friends were catching an Uber. I think you guys were going home too, right?
We were dipping. I was the driver that day because I wasn't really trying to drink or anything. Okay. And I remember having a water bottle in my hand, and I remember taking a sip. And then I was taking a sip, and I look over there, like, damn, who's that? I was like, damn, who's that? And then my friend was, and then I told my friend, I'm like, dude, she's bad. And then he was like, yeah, I know. And then I started walking towards you, and he's like, no. I was like, watch out. And then I walked towards you, and then you were on the phone. I didn't want to bother you because you were on your phone, but the moment I pulled up, you got off your phone, and I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just saying what's up.
Yeah, and you just said what's up.
It was just literally just what's up. How you doing?
And I was like, I think I complimented your outfit, right? I was like, I love your outfit.
Yeah. Thank you, dog. Thank you. That's
Thank you.
And you see, and now we're in Arizona shooting a podcast.
I know, it's so crazy. I love it, though.
We got to do big things, and the world's going to bless us with amazing opportunities.
Absolutely.
I think that's a great way to cap it off.
Yes, and you're doing amazing. Also, I just want to give you your flowers. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You are truly a one-on-one.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Well, I'll probably cut this off. I want to give you a hug. Thank you. This is so dope. I appreciate you. Oh yeah.
You're so welcome.
Oh yeah.